Hi everyone, I'm Marieanne, the Artsie Crafter. Welcome to my channel. This is the first in a two-part series where we're going to create 6 junk journal page layouts, and I'm going to be working in this journal that I made in the last video tutorial, which was entitled How to Make Your First Journal. If you haven't seen that video, then I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can go and watch that one. After this one, of course. When I'm wanting to create a few page layouts, at a time in my journals, I find it easier if I already have a theme or a color palette in mind. That way I can go through my supplies and pull out all the things I think would go with that theme or color palette. For example, I chose a vintage theme for this journal, using reds and pinks and greens as the base colors. So I went and I picked out all the elements that I thought would work well with that theme, and this is what I've collected. Hopefully this will save me a lot of time and effort by not having to hunt through all your supplies looking for the elements as you're creating your journal layouts, and because they're here in front of me. Instead, I can concentrate all my energy on working with what I've already got on this desk. So I'm not going to bore you with showing you through all the supplies that I've got here. You'll see what I end up using as I work on creating. Today we'll be creating 3 of the layouts, and then in the next tutorial I'll do the last 3 layouts. So I want to keep these tutorials short, just to give you just to give us a coffee break in the middle to restore some of our energy. So for now, let's get started, shall we? First off, I'm going to start with doing some stenciling on a couple of the pages, and I'm going to use this piece of doily, fabric doily, and I'm just going to give a little bit of make a little bit of a background here just with that, and I've got some Victorian velvet distress oxide here, and my makeup brush, a very fine makeup brush. So I just want to create some color on the background before we start, and just quick and easy, mainly on this side of this page. And I didn't do a very good job of that, did I? Trying to be too quick. I smudged it down there, but that's okay. It's and do it on this page here, and I will be a little bit more careful this time. I want to center it a little bit more. Such a big pattern here, so we'll do our best. Okay, here we go. Not really fussed on that colour that much, but might just go over it again. I'm not going to get the same place. I just don't like that colour. But it just gives me a little bit of colour there in the background, a few spots. So that's all we want, really. Okay, I'm back with another stencil, and I'm going to use some vintage photo because I'm really not happy with that design, and hopefully this one will be better. I need the brush. I like that better. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and do this one as well. Yes, I like that much better. Okay, so now I've got these two panels I'm going to glue onto here as a side pocket. So I'll have to glue these together first and make sure I get them straight. Just mark a little line here where I need to glue. Got my roses up the right way. I think that's like that. And then before I put them down, I want to put a piece of ribbon just to cover that edge up like that. So I'll do that with some, I'll put the lid back on there, and I'll do that with some fabric glue. It's, yes, and I'll put it on that edge there. Make sure it does go on the edge. Scissors and cut this off. Then I've got these little elements that I want to put on here. This is a little cutout that I had in my stash. So I thought it went well with the color of this paper. And then I got this out of a magazine, and I thought it'd be cute to tie, there's 3 books there, and I thought it'd be cute to tie some real ribbon around there. So I'm going to put that on. And of course, no little flower scenes complete without a butterfly. So that one will go up there. And I cut this out of the magazine as well, and thought we could put that there. And just to finish it off, that we could put this down the bottom there. And I think that looks really pretty. So I'll go ahead and glue those, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. There you go. All the elements are down, and now I can just glue it onto the page. And there's our first layout all finished. So it saves so much time if you, as I said, pick out your things that will go together in the journal, and then half your job is done really, and then you just can put them all together in a pleasing layout, and it's quick and easy. And you can cut your elements out there and have them ready. If you don't use them in this journal, I'm sure you're going to use them on some other pages or in another journal later on perhaps. It just makes it so much easier when you have everything ready and you can just sit down and do the layouts, be creative. So we'll get on to the next one, which is this one here that we did before. We did the stencil, and this time I'm just going to be doing, I cut out these scraps that I had left over, and I'm going to glue them together, and I'm going to glue them sort of staggered on the page here, something like that. Make sure they all show up on the front and don't hide behind. Reminds me of those people who hide behind the other people in the group when they're getting photos taken. There's always one who wants to hide. And then I've got this cute little image of this girl dressed in a pink dress and holding a bouquet of roses. And I thought that would be really pretty on there, just to make a little cluster for the page. And then I thought I would finish it off with another piece of lace. So lace will become, we've got a lace doily here, paper lace doilies, so that kind of continues the theme of through the journal. So I will glue those on. Yeah, I've got the cluster on the page, and I made sure that this photo will fit within the little cluster of strips, just so that it creates, because I wanted, you could have it that way as well, but I wanted it in the center of that cluster, and you could stagger the cluster any way you want, but I decided to do it this way, just for no particular reason. You could do a lot of clusters, various types of clusters on your pages, make them all different. I'm going to attempt to center this, and then I'll glue this on the bottom and wipe the glue off. My poor cutting mat's getting very grubby. And there we go, just something quick and simple, and another one finished. So, and then the last one for today is, where was I going to put that? On here, I think. Just get that little bauble out of the way. So I've got a nice flat page to start with, and put my lids on my glues. And this time I'm going to put a background page on here, and then I've made a little sort of like a flip out, and the glue is determined not to dry. You could attach this with some, if you've got some washi tape, some decorative paper, you can do it all sorts of ways, but I thought I wanted to do it this way, just to give a little side strip here, a little decorative side strip, and this way this will be glued down along here at the edges, and I might do a spot of glue on the back here, so this stays, the complete page stays down, but you'll be able to flip that open and you've got some journaling space, and you'll also be able to flip this open and you've got some journaling space there as well, and you still got the background page free, and you can still do some journaling on there, but that's the way I'm going to do it, and something a little different. So I'll apply some glue along here. I'll use the fabric glue, and the glue's determined to stick to me today, so I just want to bead along there and here, just smush it out so it's not lumpy. It's probably why everything's sticking to me, because I'm gluing myself, but the fabric glue is very strong, and I'm putting it close to the edge of the paper but not on the edge, just so that's going to sit properly and not sit over the edge, and be good if I get this ribbon straight, but it's not going to cooperate, and I should have glued this on first, so I'll do that now before I go any further. Glue this onto the page, and you see I printed this off on some old paper that I had in my files. You know, you recycle all the paper that you have in your filing cabinet, or your bills and receipts and paperwork that you receive every month. We don't get too much. A lot of it, you get a lot of your receipts and bills and statements and all that online these days, but you still, these are old ones that I haven't thrown out, so trying to recycle as much of the paperwork that I've got in my filing system as possible. There we go. And then on the top I thought I'd add some, and I didn't, I was going to have that go over the edge, but never mind, I'll cut this off. So got a bit of book page there that I've torn out, and I'll have this on top. As I said, this is like a vintage theme, so I want that. And I've got this image of this beautiful lady here. I'll put on the top there, and I thought to give her some bling, I would put that on first underneath, and can dangle down like that. So very quick and easy, and creates a pretty layout. So I'll just glue all that down, and that will be done. Make sure I do this one first, and I want it up to just where those top of those flowers. And there we are. That's our third one finished, and I think that looks quite pretty. And you can open this up, as I said, like so. You could decorate the inside pages if you want to, and perhaps add a little pocket there. It's up to you, but this is a quick and easy tutorial making some quick pages, so we'll leave it at that. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're crafting along with me and enjoyed seeing these pages be created. There's the other one, and this is the first one again. And so we'll continue on with the next 3 pages in this journal in the next tutorial. Before I go, if you liked today's tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I love to see you join our little community here and craft along with me in these projects. But for now, I will wish everyone a happy crafty day. Go have a cup of coffee or a tea or a glass of wine if it's that time of day. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye everyone.